How you doing? How are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Are these interviews all day killing you yet?
No, I just started. It's not
Oh,
bad.
okay.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
So I guess I want to just first ask about the overall Grand Prix. What were your thoughts like now that you're reaching the end? What was the experience like for you?
It was just like any other, any of my other fights, I guess. I fought last April, then I had a long layoff till December, so I didn't, it's like good time in between, and then I'm fighting again in April, so it's not like I didn't feel rushed during the fights. They happened all within a year's time frame. I think that's the perfect like little bout of like consistency I need. And it was a good experience. I'm happy to end it where we started it in Hawaii. Um, Me and my family, my team, were really looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to also being able to take off like one of the people that is very touted. His record, his name, and I think he squeaked by a couple of his fights. So I feel with a win over him, I'll gather a lot more respect from the MMA community.
Did you kind of picture that it would be the two of you at the end? I know at first, we thought Pettis would be in there, but did you feel like that was going to be the final?
I thought it would be me and Archuleta, to be honest with you. I figured me and him could run it back. Um, I believe we still will in the future. Think he's going to do some stuff over in Ryzen, and then I'm going to do my job here, and we will run that back. But I figured it'd be me, him, and I. Pardon, but he got caught. He took a fight on short notice against Stots. He got caught coming in, dipping his head. A lot of things that I don't do. These tendencies. So it was exciting to see. But no, I didn't think it would be him and I.
What do you think now that it is you and him? Or is there, what sort of fight are you expecting from him, I guess?
I'm not too sure what to expect from him. I just focus on what my job is on my end. That's how I do with my fights. I've been very successful with focusing on my advantages that I possess, and I possess a lot of advantages over him, especially seeing his last couple fights. And I think he's beaten some guys, but I'm not too impressed with even the people that he's beaten. So I'm excited to be the counterpart to him. You know, um, to face him. And I don't think that he'll have the where he excels in other fights. I don't see it. I don't see it against me.
You mentioned that he squeaked by in a few fights. Can you elaborate on that? What do you mean by that?
Like his last fight, for instance, he squeaked by. So I mean, it was a split decision. I mean, one judge even scored every round for Danny Sabatello, and he got taken down and gave up his back every round. So you know, with me, if he's given me any of those positions he give against Sabatello, I would have choked him out about 10 times. So, like, that's what I mean by squeak by. Danny Sabatello is very green in his submission prowess. Like, I'm a hybrid. I'm not just a wrestler. I'm a wrestler that could also strangle you to sleep, you know? And I've been able to do this since I've been an amateur in mixed martial arts. I had a lot of amateur fights as well. I have a lot of experience. Danny Sabatello is a wrestler converting over to MMA. I'm a fighter that also does MMA. I know how to fight, and I also know how to compete in mixed martial arts as well. So I think that a lot of those positions that he was able to, give up dominance to, I feel like a more dangerous opponent would make him pay. Maybe not Sabatello, but let's say Leandro Higo gets those positions. I don't know if he gets out of there. Let's say Marcos Breno, he's fighting Sabatello, in this coming week. If he gets those positions, I don't know if he gets out of there. And then similar in the Juan fight, he was losing that fight 2 rounds to nothing. He comes out, knocks him out, gets a little burst of energy. Um, Maga fight, short time, he gives up his back, almost gets armbarred, rear naked choke, stuff like the stuff that I don't see those. I don't see those things happening in my game. I take from where I don't see his advantages, his disadvantages. That's what I take from it, and I think in a lot of positions that he's been put in against me, it could be a short night.
Do you feel like he won that fight with Sabatello, or do you feel like Sabatello won that fight?
I think Raufeon Stots won the actual fight of it, you know, but I don't think he won on the criteria at all. Round by round, I don't think he won 3 rounds against Danny Sabatello, if you were to ask me honest assessment, just off how they score rounds. But the fight, of course, yeah. I mean, he won the fight alone in the 5th round when Danny Sabatello was like kind of hugging his butt and he was elbowing him because Danny Sabatello didn't do no damage. He didn't try to hurt him at all. I mean, he did. Granted, he kicked him in the face a couple times because Raufeon Stots like leans so far forward. I don't know why. Like he's gonna do like he's about to start sprinting. Like he leans all forward on his front leg for some reason, and he got kicked in the head a couple times. So Sabatello did that well, like some push kicks. But aside from that, Sabatello wasn't trying to fight. He was just trying to win. It would have been the most hysterical win of anyone's career because he was just honestly trying to hug him and hold him and not do anything. And he almost stole the world title from the kid. So, you know, and that's why I can't really take too much of Raufeon Stots that serious. You know, when he's talking all this, he's talking a lot of smack on the internet and all this shit. It's like, I can't take him serious because I just watched him talk for months and months nonstop on Ariel Hawani and all these other podcasts about Sabatello. And then he came out with such a poor performance, just like piss poor effort, and had so many holes. And he looked so tired after they were talking so much stuff. So, you know, I let my fighting do the talk, and I'm fully prepared to outclass the best version of him next Saturday night. And I hope he comes with a lot better of the version of himself than he did his last fight.
You mentioned going back to Hawaii. What was it like the first time fighting in such a beautiful place where people go on vacation? Was it hard to separate the fight from like wanting to just lay on the beach?
Yeah, for sure. Like I had to do my weight cut out there, and like 2 days before it, I went surfing with Tatiana. Like she told me not to, but I wanted to try it. I'd never been surfing. I stepped on like a sea urchin on my foot. My foot was all bleeding last year there. Like 2 days before I went for Horiguchi. So like this time, I'm gonna make sure I stay out of the water. I'm just gonna go in the pool. I'm not gonna go surfing or anything. I'm not gonna like try to go jet skiing or nothing dumb before the fight. I have $1 million on the line, so I'm gonna be real secure on what I do. But this time, my mom and like my brother and my friends are going, and like all my friends basically are professional boxers or MMA fighters, so they all compete in this type of stuff too. So I'm gonna have like a good surrounding around me, like good energy, good environment when I'm cutting my weight, and I'm excited to share this moment with everyone. Last time when I went to fight Horiguchi, I only brought my coaches. This time I'm bringing my family and my friends, and I'm bringing an army with me. We're gonna go all win this world title together. You know, I came up short against Archuleta, and I had my team there with me. You know, my family there with me. But this time I'm a little bit more mature, and it comes with a lot. You know, with obviously the Grand Prix and the $1 million, and you know, I'm gonna make my family proud next weekend.
Are you going to get to stay after and enjoy Hawaii at all?
Oh, you know it. We're gonna stay afterwards and we're gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy it with Tatiana, and you know, she'll probably end up fighting after me. So we just she gave me some energy. I'm feeding off it. She just won. I'm gonna win, give her some energy. We're gonna enjoy Hawaii, and then we're gonna come back and get back on the horse for her next fight. Was that good?
What are you going to spend? What are you going to buy first when you win the $1 million? What's like the most unrealistic, weird thing you're going to buy? Splurge.
I don't know. Maybe I'll buy like a nice watch or something for myself. But I want to buy my mom a house, you know. That's what I yeah. So, you know, it'll all work out. Everything's gonna work. Everything will go well. Um, Chance favors a prepared mind. That's what I like to think and like to believe. Those are my mantras. I'm fully prepared though, and I believe full heartedly. You know, the heart of my heart said I'm the best 135 pounder in the world. And next Saturday, I have a chance to prove it. And I'm very blessed and grateful for the opportunity. I'm very thankful for, you know, all my supporters, all the media members, everyone that's, you know, even doing these interviews, and even everyone from my management to Bellator, you know, them throwing a 2-day event in Hawaii. Um, me being a part of it last year was amazing. And me, this time I get to headline the entire weekend. I'm blessed and I'm grateful, and I'm just excited to, you know, have the moment.
There's also another big 135 fight. We have Patricio coming down to fight Pettis. When you heard that announcement, was there any reservation like, hey, we still have an interim title here. We still have the Grand Prix. No? What were your thoughts?
No, you know why? Because, you know, Sergio won the belt, but I don't, I have respect for Sergio, and I don't want to discredit him. I don't even know if he's better than Stots, I don't know if that's the true belt. I believe he did win it and he got hurt. I wish he would have did what Horiguchi did and vacated it, because obviously it was a tournament for so long, and seeing that he was going to be out for the year, but it didn't work out like that, which I can understand why, he thought he would come back. It's not his fault that he's out of the tournament, So I could even see from his logic as well. It just sucks how it got held up. And I wanted to fight Sergio because of his name and stuff, He's got such a prolific name. He's done so much work in the UFC. I was watching the fight with Benavidez a couple weeks ago. He was so highly touted since he was 16 years old. I'm a fan of him. And then he came over. He did so well. I really wanted to fight him for that chance to call myself the undisputed champion. And I've been looking at this for a long time. I win the tournament, I have a chance to fight Sergio. But it only gets sweeter when you say that Patricio Pitbull could be in that mix, Like, do I want to fight the number 7 pound for pound fighter in the world to be the undisputed fighter? I mean, to be the undisputed champion, or do I want to fight the number 1 pound for pound fighter in Bellator to be the undisputed champion? And I'll take Patricio Pitbull all day. I want that fight because that fight elevates me to superstardom, And with a win here, I know I'm one side of that super fight. It's either going to be Pettis or Pitbull. So Saturday night, it's a lot more to do with than world titles and money. It also elevates me to a much bigger position, a much bigger opportunity. And I like to punch that ticket, by literally whooping Raufeon Stots' ass.
Who do you think wins? Do you think that Pitbull is able to stop Pettis, or do you feel like that new weight class is going to be too much for him? That weight cut?
I don't know. So, you know what? Pettis is young too. People forget he's only I think a couple days younger than me. So he just turned 29 in August, I believe. He's young. He's getting better. So, and he just took a year off. So who knows what skills he comes with? Like when he came with Archuleta, I didn't know if he'd win that fight, and he looked spectacular. Horiguchi, same thing, crazy knockout. So I don't even want to pick against him. That might be bad juju or something. But I think Sergio is gonna obviously he's going to be a dangerous fight for him because they're both strikers. They're both going to, I think the fight will be on the feet. It's just, and Pitbull's been hurt before. Sergio can crack. Who knows, But I don't think you can really pick against Pitbull, He knocked out Michael Chandler. He was a 155-pound champion. He's a 145-pound champion, the only man to defeat AJ McKee in a razor close fight. You can't pick against that, of course. So I think that Pitbull will make history. And I just hope that I could be the other part of the history later in the year, because I know how well I can excel against fights against these guys. I believe I'm the best, and I want to make history now so I can potentially get that fight, down the line.
And I guess my last question, which would be sweeter, the title or the $1 million?
I don't know. Right now, for me right now, I don't even think you get the million right away. So, I wouldn't get the million until after I'm back home from Hawaii anyways. So right now it's just a title. I want that belt. I want, you know what? I want Raufeon Stots' title. So, so if whenever this goes out there, when he's listening, I want the title. Forget the Grand Prix title, whatever. I'm going to give that to my family. I want the title that Raufeon Stots has on his arm, the one that he's wearing, the one that he's boasting around. I'm coming to take that shit from him. Only him, It's got to do with me and him. He talked a lot of shit that he thinks that now I'm coming for his belt. I want that one right off I'm going to take it right from his shoulder and right around that little ass waist of his. I'm going to strip that right from him, and that belt's coming with me. So right now that belt means everything, that interim belt. I want that one more than anything. And you know, it comes with $1 million. And when I get home, I'll enjoy it. Like you said, I'll enjoy the fruits of my labor. I'll be able to take care of my mom. I'll be able to take care of my family. I'll be able to, you know, be able to do everything I ever wanted. Right. So I'm excited for the opportunity.
Thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. I
Hope you
appreciate you.
enjoy the rest of your interviews.
Yep. Appreciate you.
Bye-bye.